And with that, today we kick off a brand new regular feature here on Global Business America. We call it Head of the Class. Once a month, we will take an in-depth look at the trends in the world of education. We will talk about the way children are being taught and why young adults are doing to prepare for the real world, and how longtime professionals are getting ready for the next act in their careers. And sometimes the ideas we explore will be lighthearted, other times they will be controversial. But the goal will always be to make us think. So tonight we start with online education. For more on this, we welcome Karina Huber in New York City with much, much more. Start us off, Karina.
All right, Phil. Well, we're kicking off our series with a look at massive open online courses, or MOOCs as they're called. Now, they first emerged. When they did, there was talk of a new revolution in online learning that would make education more affordable and accessible. Some said it might even mark the beginning of the end of the college campus. Well, recent reports show they aren't very effective at keeping students' attention. Nevertheless, both Harvard and MIT continue to invest heavily in MOOCs, and I visited the studios in Boston where they produce their online courses to find out why. It's showtime at Harvard X, Harvard's online production facility. Professor Rafael Irizarry is recording a segment on his course on data analysis for genomics. It's heady stuff that's being broken down into short segments.
A typical class will be like 7 minutes. So you have a bunch of little 7-minute classes where a very specific concept is explained. And then when you string them all together, then it becomes more like what the lectures of the past.
Harvard X has 2 studios in the heart of Cambridge. It also has roughly 50 employees that range from editors to producers and videographers. And it even has an acting coach to help professors get more comfortable with their close-up. Harvard and MIT have each invested $30 million into edX, a joint venture into online learning. But a recent study finds that 95% of those who enrolled in Harvard and MIT's free online courses didn't finish them. Robert Liu, who runs Harvard X, says the data is misleading. He says because the courses are free, many people signed up without ever intending to get a certificate.
Of those that at the beginning intended to finish the course, we're seeing sort of a completion rate of, like 30%, sometimes 40, 45%, which is actually very good.
He also says Harvard X's success shouldn't be judged exclusively on its online impact. It also has the goal of improving teaching in the classroom on campus.
What we feel is that there's still so much that we need to learn about how do we support learning most effectively in person with all the sort of affordances of technology. We really haven't done that much with that across higher education, and now is the opportunity to do that.
Harvard is looking to adapt the content that is being generated for Harvard's online courses to its brick-and-mortar classrooms.
There's been a significant delay in how education was deeply impacted by the internet, and I think the MOOC is just the beginning of that exploration.
With all of the funds Harvard and MIT have invested, they clearly want to be at the forefront of that exploration. Now, Phil, Harvard admits that MOOCs are not for everyone. Of course, there is still tremendous value in learning in a classroom where you can interact directly with other students and professors. But for people who are more independent or live abroad, MOOCs can be a great way to learn. Phil?
I am going to withhold judgment. By the way, great job over there in Boston. Some very, very excellent stuff we got from there. But I want to ask you, did you get a chance to find out or talk to some of the folks there who are doing it? Who are the demographics in terms of students taking these classes? And maybe another question might be why?
All right, well, that's interesting because actually a new study just came out this week detailing who exactly is participating in the Harvard and MIT MOOCs. Here are the numbers. 39% of them are teachers, so not traditional students. 70% of them already have a bachelor's degree, and 30% are over 40. So it's not exactly attracting young undergrads at this point, but what's interesting is that it's really the STEM courses, so science, technology, math, and engineering, that have the highest participation rates. And the bulk of those taking those courses are students from abroad. So it appears it is a real alternative for those who might not be able to attend Harvard but want access to its professors. Now, remember, you don't get a degree out of the courses, but you do get a certificate, which at least you get something out of it, and it's free after all. So anybody who has a thirst for learning, this is a very great opportunity. Phil?
Yeah, hard to complain when it's free. Karina Huber, excellent work. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.